All right. So, good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing fine, right? So, first of all, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Mayank, and I'm really thrilled to welcome you all to our masterclass called as Streamlit App Deployment. So, this masterclass is just a piece of or a bit of our advanced data science course, which is in collaboration with iHub IIT Roorkee, right? So this particular master class keeps or carries a lots of information about information and can change your data science career too. So we'll be talking about this particular data science course in collaboration with iHub at the end of this webinar. So and if you guys have any kind of queries or questions related to this masterclass or the about advanced data science course, so you can drop your questions in the chat box below. So me and Akash will be addressing those questions, and also we'll be keeping this masterclass very interactive. It's not going to be only one-sided masterclass. So for today's topic, Akash Maurya will be guiding you, and he'll be mentoring you today, and he'll be sharing his several years of knowledge with you guys. Also, if I talk about Akash, so he's a data scientist in Deloitte and carries several years of experience in the field of data science as well. So not only he will tell you about today's topic, but also he will share his industrial knowledge and his experience, what he got in the past couple of years, right? So without wasting your time, we'll be quickly starting this webinar. Also, we'll be meeting again at the end of this webinar. So please stay tuned till the end of this webinar. We'll be discussing about how you can get a certification in data science, and with that too in collaboration with IIB IIT Roorkee. Right. So I request you all to be patient and please enjoy this particular masterclass. All right, so Akash, over to you now. Please carry forward from here.
All right. Thank you so much, Mayank, for this fabulous introduction. So as Mayank said that this is not, this is just a partial, topic that we are covering from the our master class that we are going to have in collaboration with IIT Roorkee. So in this one, we'll be particularly discussing about the Streamlit web app deployment. We have actually in the previous one of our previous webinar, we have seen how do we create web apps, right? For example, when you learn about the data science, you know how to publish your services to the clients, right? So somebody who is actually going to see your services. So basically, with the help of this webinar, what we'll be doing is, we will be actually understanding how exactly we can deploy our services. We saw in the previous session that how can we create web application. In this one, we'll see how can we deploy, and with the help of that, we can give links to others as well, and they should be able to view your application and take help of that as well, right? So this is what we are going to look into this session particularly. So let's start this one. And again, I have already shared my screen. So if you have any questions, so again, as Mayank explained that this is going to be pretty interactive sessions. Like if you have any questions particularly to this webinar or the masterclass that we are going to have, you can raise your hand. I will ask you to ask the questions, or you can also in real time you can come and comment under the chat section, and I'll be very happy to answer your questions. Okay. So yeah, that's with that note, let's start this one. So I have already shared my screen. So let's discuss the agenda for this particular webinar. What we are going to have in this one. So first of all, we have already seen creating the web application with the Streamlit. So this is a kind of I would say rework that I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna actually start with the recap of what we had seen in the previous session, and into this one we'll also see what is GitHub, right? How can you manage your GitHub repositories, and how can you deploy your web application with the help of that? And again, we'll talk about the GitHub repository, how can you manage that, and how can you put your content in the GitHub. Next thing is deployment with the Streamlit. We'll see how we should be able to deploy the web applications with the help of Streamlit and GitHub. and continuous integration with Streamlit and GitHub. Right. So, for example, if you have to update, right, if you have to add anything in your, add any features in your application, so how can you actually do that in the real time so that your application does not suffer, I would say, a downtime, or even if it is a downtime, then definitely this should not be a lot, more. So these are the things, and at the end we'll discuss the, what are the best practices to actually to begin with into the deployment journey of your data science web applications. All right. Okay. All right. So let's start this one. All right, and at the end, if you have any questions, then you can ask the question. So let's start the deployment. And as I said, this is going to be totally, interactive sessions, totally practical sessions, practical oriented sessions. I do not believe in, just sharing the slides and discussing this and that and blah, blah. So I just believe in giving you the practical knowledge as much as I can share. So if you guys have any question anytime in this particular webinar, you can simply unmute yourself. If you're not able to unmute, then you can simply put your comments in the chat. I will instantaneously read and answer to your questions anytime in the during the webinar. So let's start that. So let me just get you a basic introduction of what is the web app and Streamlit. So for that, let me just, I'm sure that I have shared. I'm not shared my full screen. Yeah, I guess I have shared my full screen now. Okay, so let's say, first of all, I'll open my browser. Okay, so in my browser, I'm gonna just open Streamlit.io. And in the previous session, I had also told you that how to install in Streamlit in your particular system. I'll just have a quick recap of that. So first of all you have to do is open a terminal, and within that terminal, if you see here, try Streamlit. Now, if you click on this try Streamlit now, you can see there is a comment, there is actually command to install Streamlit and try the strength and the capability of the web Streamlit web application. Right. I will also open the folder where we actually So in this folder, I have already, where I take actually the regular class. In this particular folder, I have all the web applications. So since this is going to be a very, very short session discussing about, deployment part. And as I said, I have already taken care of how to create web application, but again, not in a very explanatory manner, because this is going to be a just 1 hour session. And the previous one was also 1 hour session. So this is practically not possible to teach you each and every aspect of, how to develop web application in a full-fledged manner. So for those who are not from a very technical background, for them, it will not be a very, very appealing thing or not much understandable. But I believe that if you join our, full-fledged course with collaboration with IIT Roorkee that we are going to launch in a couple of months. So if you join that session, so that session will be crafted, and that is designed in such a way that and the portion that we have taken, that portion that we have covered, if you have a basic knowledge of mathematics, if you have a basic knowledge of statistics, just basic, not advanced, then you can actually catch up, because we are lifting out from the very fundamental things, right? We are lifting out from a very fundamental thing. We'll teach you the statistics, we'll teach you the math to understand the machine learning behind that. We'll teach you the programming languages and the maths behind the programming languages that we have. So we'll be starting from the very beginning, so that will be, when we come to this particular portion where deploying web applications and all, you should be feeling very, very confident that you are and you will be able to do it on your own. Okay. All right. So let's begin with this. So I have already created some web applications, but how to install with this? All you can do is just copy this web app command, and then you can paste in your here in your terminal. Right. Once you paste it, and if you click enter, now you can see it is just running few commands. I think. All right. I got some new updates, I guess. So I have already installed this one, but you can see there are some updates that have been installing now. Otherwise, you can see it is giving me requirement already satisfied, right? So this is something that you can see. If you have already installed, then that's fine. If you have not installed, then you can actually run this command and it will be able to run it. And then the second command here, if you see, that is Streamlit hello. And if you just paste that command as well, then it will actually create an automatically web application. It will create an automatic web application for you to start with. That will show you what are the capabilities of this Streamlit. So you can actually create a lot of things. And I told you that how can you create a full-fledged web application with the help of in the previous webinar. I'll just now show you that what are the pretty basic. I have already talked about what the basic components. How can we divide the area? How can we utilize it for our widgets, for components like text area or a slider to take a number, a date picker, drop downs, radio buttons, multi-select options. All of that we have already talked about how to actually do that with the help of the Streamlit web app, Streamlit components. And how can we actually take file from the user, right, to upload and use it? How can we actually play the show the images, play the audio videos, whether that is offline or online? So these are facilities available, and you should be able to not worry about, you'll not have to worry about the designing part of that, because we have a uniform theme of this Streamlit, and it will give you that particular part. If you just want to get your work done, you're not actually concerned about what should be shown there, right? So you can actually go through and learn about that. This platform actually helps you a lot doing that particular thing. Now let me just open my one of the web application that we are going to see in this one, which is nothing but the full-fledged final application. I'm going to open this with the help of Sublime Text, and this is the code that we have. And along with that, I will also show you to run this. So in order to run this, again, we do not run normally with the help of the way we run like Python and the name of the file. Let me just show you that. I'll just do Control-C to stop this particular server. And remember one thing, this is a local hosted server. Okay, this is a locally hosted server, so this does not require internet connection to run. And if you have all the devices on the local network will be able to access this particular website with the help of this network URL. Otherwise, you can access this local URL, right? If you are, let's say, what are the network devices, or what are the devices which are in the network, you can actually know that with the help of those devices which are connected to the same Wi-Fi that your system or your particular system is connected to, where you have hosted this website in this particular system which I'm working on right now. So that will be a local device, and every device is connected to the same network that this my device is connected to. So that will be called as a local network, and every device in that local network should be able to access this server, this website with the help of this particular URL that you can see on the screen, right? So with that note, let's say if you able, if there is a hotspot or phone that you have connected to, so that phone should be able to access this URL, right? So this is what I mean when I say local network connectivity. All right. Let's move to running that web application. To run that web application, first of all, either I just do Streamlit run, and then I give the whole path of my file, right? Let's say here I can go this particular file. I will go to info, and for those people who are using Windows system, they can see the address bar on the top of this file explorer, right? You can just click that and copy that, and then append the name of the file at the end. Here, paste that and append the name of the file, which is app.py. That's it, and then should be able to run. But here I'm using Windows system, and so it is a little bit different than that. So I'll just go to info. So I'm using Mac. Okay, I'll go to Windows, and here you can see this is the path. I can copy this path, copy as path name, and I can paste it over here, and then I can do slash app.py. So Streamlit run app.py. This is one way. The other way to do this using the cd change directory command, I can just go into in this particular folder, and then I can run Streamlit run app.py. This command will be able to run that. As you can see, Now I'm able to run this. It says that no directory found data.csv. All right. So there is some part of that which is not able to access that. So I think we should go with the other one. Let's let me just stop this. So I'll do cd. I'll go to downloads. I'll go to downloads and then cd dev, then SkillVertex. Right. cd renew SkillVertex and then cd Streamlit. Right now, if I do ls, I should be able to do all those web applications now here. And there is also there should be the data folder. As you can see, this top one here, this one is the data folder. Now it should not be any problem over here. Okay. Okay, let's now see Streamlit run app.py. When I do Streamlit run app.py, now you can see it is running and there is no error as of now. So basically that was just a path error, that it was not able to find the particular data folder that I had given over there, right? So I'll just explain again this code to you, and then I'll just move towards the deployment part of this. Okay. And here I will also suggest you one of the best practice that you can follow for your understanding, which will help you to begin with and to actually understand this much better way. All right, let me so we have already the code, right? We have already the code. So what I will do is I will just open the code side by side and just minimize this one a little bit, and then tell you that what part of the code and this making sense. All right. So now you can see this is the code here that we have written, and this is the web application that it is showing on the after running this one. So you can see here I'm reading the data set, and here I have just imported all the libraries that we needed. The first way to go with, I can create and train my machine learning model directly in the web application itself, but this is not something that is recommended. I'll tell you why that as well in some case, in some time. And now you can see here, I have just given the title salary predictor, which is shown over here. And then I have read this image file, and that is showing just below that. And then I have created a sidebar. Now you can see this is the sidebar over here, right? This is the sidebar, and there are three. The name of the sidebar is navigation. Actually, I have created a radio button within the sidebar itself. The name of the sidebar radio button is navigation, and there are three options into that: home, prediction, and contribute. As you can see, there are three. When it is home, then this part of the code is running. When it is prediction, then this part of the code is running. When this is contribute, then this part of the code is running. So basically, this is the home button just to see your data, to play around what this application is about, to see the data, to see the distribution, some plots and all. The prediction tab is to predict your salary. And the contribute is to contribute to the data set if you want to just add some more data points in the data, so that when it learns the next time, you should be able to run that. Now, let's say, now if you see here, we have, the home here, right? Now, if I have selected home, so what is the first thing is there is a checkbox, right? There is a checkbox. If you click on this checkbox, this statement will become true, and then it will go inside and run this part of the code, which will show you the data. Now, if I click here, as you can see, it is showing me the data now, right? Now, if I just do a little bit full screen, now I can see this is full-fledged data set. Here we have year of experience, here we have salary, right? So this is something that you can see. All right. The next thing here that we have, let's say if I uncheck it, so I'll not show the data set. And then we have, select box, where I have what kind of graph, basically, which is interactive or non-interactive graph that I want. So here I have selected non-interactive. So when this is non-interactive, so it is actually giving me a matplotlib figure, matplotlib graph. When it is interactive, then I have used actually a Go chart. Right, Go chart is one of the interactive chart. Let's say if I click here on this, then this particular part of the code is going to run to show me the data. And here I have also taken the filter as well for both the cases. Now, if I filter the data set, then I will see just this part of this. And since this is interactive, if you hover over here, you should be able to see the tooltips. You should be able to see the salary and the year of experience as well, right? The particular year of, for example, this, the year of experience is 3.7 years and the salary is 57,000. Right, and 4-year experience is 1 lakh salary and so on and so forth. This is nothing but our data. Let's say again here we can zoom in, zoom out. We can do a lot of things. Just select this area. Now we are able to see just this particular thing. We can also double click to zoom in, zoom out as well in any given time of instance. So this is interactivity that we have with the help with this chart. Right, if we select the non-interactive one, so we should will not be able to do anything or any one of these things. There is only just this slider to actually map the data set. That's it. To filter the data set. That's it. Right, now if I click on this prediction button, so there is a prediction. So here the real things happen. Remember, I told you that this is the first thing that you can actually train your machine learning model directly in the web application itself, but this is not a good practice to start with. Because let's say if your data set is big, if you're doing something which takes a lot of time to run, a lot of time to train machine learning model, because this is a very small data set. You saw that there are not more than, I would say, how many entries are there? Let me just see that. There are total 34 entries into this one. So this is not a ideal data set to begin with, to be safe, but just for demo, I've shown you this one. But when you have a real life data set where you have millions of rows, and if you have to train any complex machine learning model on that, then that will take a huge amount of time. And when it takes huge amount of time, then your application will load till then when it actually trains. Right, and over the time when you are actually doing some services like this, over the time the data will increase and the running time will also increase. Sometime it takes maybe if you have a huge amount of data, if you have image data and all of different kinds of data, depending upon based on the services that you are providing, so it will take 1 day, 2 days, 3 days actually to run that. So instead of training that in this I would say within the model here, within this web application here, what I have done, I have created, as you can see in this particular folder, there is this file called, there is this inside this, there is this file called, I would say linear regression.ipynb. If I open this, let's say if I simply open this, okay, so I'm in the downloads. I'll go to devs, new SkillVertex, Streamlit, and here we have, sorry, not this, requirement.txt. Yeah, linear regression.ipynb. If you see, now the same code I have written over here, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm actually training my machine learning model here and then saving the model in the pickle format, right? In the pickle format, I'm saving that this is the file name that I'm saving in, right? And then here, when I'll go to the prediction tab, here you can see I am loading my model over here. So model load is equals to pickle.load open model.xyz, the one that I just saved here, right? So these two will run independently, right? So remember, I talked about how can you continuously integrate your models with your data with the model, is basically your training will be done separately and your model will run separately, right? So the training you can run in a notebook like this and save the model, and just it will update the file. Let's say if I run it, so if you see here in this particular folder, so you can see that this might be updated, I guess in the last, so where is that model.xyz. So you can see the last Friday I had run this, right? So this was updated then. Now if I run it again, now you can see this file just updated seconds ago, right? So it has trained again, updated the data, all right, saved the file again, and I will be able to read it from here, the new file available, right? If I add a new data, right, my model will change, my parameter is going to change, and when I read that new model over here, all the changes will be applied on this particular front, right? So let's say, right, so I will show you that. So let's say here, now when I read this, right, this is my loaded model, and here I'm predicting based on whatever input that I give. Okay, let's say on 0 year of experience, my salary is, means as a fresher, salaries are going to be basically 27,312 rupees, right? Monthly. This is monthly figure. Like if you give the yearly figure, then it will show you yearly figure. This is monthly figure per se, right? Let's say if I gain 2 year of experience, and then if I click on this, so I have 45,878 rupees per month. And this is a rough figure. Somebody can have more than this and somebody can have lesser than this as well. This is not a big deal about this one. Okay. So yeah, this is how things happens. And you can see here the contribute button. And here I'm predicting, and when somebody clicks on this predict button, then it will actually show the figure that I have already predicted, right? So I'm taking the data, right? I'm reading the model, I'm reading the data from the user, and then predicting it, right? It's just linear regression dot predict, and then I am able to show that with the help of this predict button. It's as simple as that, right? So this is how you create a model. And then if you go to contribute button, then there is a you can give your experience, you can give your salary, you can submit it, then it will actually go and store this into the file available there. So this is how we create. Now let me show you how can you deploy this one. Okay, so in order to deploy this, in order to deploy this, what we'll be doing first is going to the Streamlit server. So first of all, as you can see, I have gone to this Streamlit web application, Streamlit website, and then here I will sign in. If you are doing it for the first time, then you can sign up, right? And then maybe you will also get an option to proceed with the GitHub. Now you can see I have already proceeded with the GitHub and everything is done, right? So I cannot show you that step here. So I have logged in. Now you can see there are two things. My email ID and my GitHub repository are connected to the same thing, right? My email ID and my GitHub repository. I'll also open my GitHub repository and show you that. And if you see here, there are actually two things, two web applications that I have deployed. The first one is the Streamlit SkillVertex lesson salary predictor main application, which is the one that I was showing you. This is suicide prediction on social media using NLP. That's another thing that I have done it for my own. Okay. Now, if I click here, so as you can see, it says that this has gone to sleep due to inactivity. Nobody opens my application, so that has gone to sleep. That has been put to sleep. Now I'll just open it to wake up, and it will take some time again, to run it. Let me just show you and walk you through the repository first. So here, if you see Streamlit web application, here the SkillVertex lesson salary predictor. So there is everything that I have given. Everything, like from the data to I would say readme file and an app file, the model file, the requirement.txt file. Requirement.txt file is very, very necessary. I'll tell you what exactly is this, right? And everything I have given over here, right? The exactly same file format that I was using over there. Okay, and then so what you can do is, how you have to proceed with this is, you can create a repository. Okay, I'll just show you the same thing by just deploying the same web application again to you guys. What I will do is I will create a new repository. Okay. So just to go to the home page, right? And here there are a couple of web applications that I have created. Here I'll click to repositories. Here I'll click to new repositories, and then I can give the repository name. So let's say webinar demo web app, right? Webinar demo web app, right? So let's say this is the repository name that I have given, and this is a public repository. If any description I want to give, let's say this is a web app for demo of the Streamlit web app. Deployment, right? This is a short description, and then you can see here it says add a README file as well. README file is basically just to add let's say somebody comes to my repository and he wants to know what exactly is this repository about, then he can read my README file. So I'll have to push some contents into here. So that depends on your projects, whatever, and how much information you are willing to give to the someone user. So that you can put in your README file that actually uses the markdown file formatting style. So you can do that. Now, if I click on this create repository, you can see it will just create a repository for this. Right. So there is no README file has only this title of this repository and then the explanation of that. If you click here, you can add more things into this, but I'm not going to waste my time to just show you this. Let me just show you now how what you have to do is you can add files over here, right? You can either create or you can actually upload files, right? So here it says choose your file. Now I'll go to again dev. So there is dev. I'll go to new SkillVertex. I'll go to Streamlit, and then I'll add this one app.py, which is my main application, and I will also add data. So let's say app.py, and also there is something called requirement.txt, 2 files, model.xyz, 3 files, because this is also we need. And what else? This one as well. This is not required for the web application, but just to show people, somebody who's coming to our repository and want to see how I have done the things, then they can come and check that as well. Right. So these are the 4 files that I'm just uploading to my repository, and it should be done. Right. Here you can give any commit names, like if you want to give, or just commit changes. So it will just process this, and then now you can see it's done. And what we are going to do is all right. So we can upload files again. And let me just drag and drop. You can also drag and drop. So you can see if I drag and drop a folder over here, this particular folder. And now you can see that has been gone. Again, I will just commit the changes. So that folder has also been updated here. Sorry, something happened. Okay, so now you can see this is the data folder, and also what exactly happened with this tab. Okay, so here we have the data file, we have the demo file, we have the image, everything is in here, and this is my repository. Okay, let's see. Since I have connected my Streamlit web application, right, with the help of my Streamlit account, with the help to my GitHub repository, right? If you have not done that, then you will have to do this. And till then, these 2 web applications are actually waking up. And yeah, you can see this is the same thing. All right. So there you can see. All right, there you can see these are the 2 web application. Actually, Streamlit will allow you to deploy 3 web apps, right? So I will just do one more. So it says create a sampled app template or create a new app with the GitHub code space, right? So here it says what is the repository name, app URL. So a repository name here I'll have to give. Oh, sorry, yeah. So when I click on this, so back again. When I click on this new app, then it has already taken my GitHub repository from here. So as you can see, this one is the one that I just created right now. It is already listing over here. That is only possible since I have connected my Streamlit account to the GitHub, right? I can click here and then there is this main branch. And what is the name of the file? Name of the file is not this. You see, when I click here, it says the file does not exist, right? So what you can do is you can give the correct name of the file. Okay, so let's give the correct name of the file, which is app.py, and then the error will be gone, right? And then you can choose the URL, actually, whatever URL you want. So let's say webinar demo web app. Let's see if this is available or not. This is available, webinar demo web app.streamlit.app. And if I click on this deploy, before clicking on this deploy button, you must know one thing, which is I tell you what. Let's go to the GitHub first. And there needs to be, one thing here inside this requirement.txt file. So the requirement.txt file should come, include all of those libraries which does not come with Python, pre-installed Python, right? So you can see NumPy does not. So when you install Python, NumPy does not come pre-installed with that, right? When you install Python, the pandas, matplotlib, plotly, sklearn does not come pre-installed with that. You'll have to install it externally, right? So similarly, when I'm talking about the Streamlit server, so that is nothing but as a Linux server, right? So it installed Python, and externally it actually uses the libraries available in this requirement.txt file and then install that. I'll also show you that. So let's say when I was waking it up, if I go and see this manage app, so here you can see it installs everything, whatever you have given in there. So NumPy, pandas, matplotlib, plotly, sklearn, cpon, everything, and then rest of the other thing that requires it to run this particular web application. So whenever it creates the environment, it actually installs those web applications, install those dependencies first. So you'll have to give them inside this requirement.txt. This is very, very important. Otherwise, you will get the error while running this web app, and you can actually know that why is this error, and then you can add anything over here directly. You can edit this as well directly here itself. No need to upload a new file, updated file. You can edit it over here. You can give a new name if you want, right? All right, so this is a very important thing, and all of the files should be presented in the same manner the way I'm using inside this a webapp.py. So you can see inside this webapp.py I'm reading all these files over here. So here you can see data and then salary CSV. All right, so this will not take a longer, guys. So Vishaka has a question, how will long it take? It will not take much of a time. I'll just take at max 10 minutes, not more than that. Yeah. All right. So now what we have to do in this case is, right? So now since our code is running and it is deployed, and here inside my deployment process, I have given everything here, and this is it. This is what we have to do. I'll click on this deploy button. Now it will go and install all those libraries and the dependencies that are required to install and keep running it. It will just do that. Now you can see this is my this is my URL actually, and you can see your app is in the oven. So it is actually cooking the application, and then once every dependencies are installed, then it is going to it is going to actually run the application after that. So it will take few times to install those. You can also see here, right? You can see here it is collecting NumPy, installing NumPy, pandas, matplotlib. So you can see how the things are going. It is actually installing all those dependencies, and then to begin running this particular, because it initiates a new environment, a new server, I would say new cloud machine for this one. And once it is done, it will be ready and running this web application, and you can interact with that as well. So this is how we do the deployment, and these are the one thing that I told you about to keep an eye on. That is basically you should have to include all of those libraries which does not come pre-installed with Python. You'll have to include that inside your requirement.txt file, right? That is one thing. And you should not train your machine learning within the web application itself. That is not a healthy process, right? Now, once this is installed, I will also show you how can you keep running and keep updating this one. So there is an error. It says file not found, app message is related to. So it has not found the file. All right. It is not able to find the file, right? So let's see what is wrong in here. So inside data, we have salary data.csv, and let's see what's wrong in the code. Inside app.py, we have salary data.csv. Let's see what we have done in the previous one. This is the previous one actually. Yep, this is the one. Oh, we have not uploaded anything in here. Okay, that's the point. Let's upload that. Sorry, I think I misunderstood that and I uploaded the file over there. My bad. Let's upload the file over here. So these are the pretty, a straightforward thing, nothing complex in this one. So let it upload, and I'm for sure that error will be gone from there. Commit changes, processing the file, and now this file is available over here. And let's run this one again. It says, you can see here, processing dependencies, process dependencies, updated the app. If I click on rerun, now it is fine to rerun. Okay, so you can see, the applications, this is called log. This is called app logs. See, I'm also getting an error over here, right? This is called app log, and you can see the app log to find what's going wrong in this, right? Now, this is the data and this is everything. Now it is able to do that. And if you click on this prediction button, you can give any whatever year of experience you want, and you can click on this salary. Then it is giving you 1,38,000, the salary for 12 years of experience. If I give, let's say, 30 years of experience, and I click here, your value should be mostly equal to. So this is, I think, one upside I have taken, right? If you go see in the code, I'll show you the code as well for this one. App.py. So the max value I think I have taken to be 20. Yeah, you can see the slider, the value that I'm taking from the input should be 0 to 20. So I mean, you can change it. This is not practical over here. You can change it. Let's say if I give 20, click here. So it is predicting me the salary of 2 lakhs. How much is it? 2,12,966, which is the salary for a 20-year of experience guy, right? Yeah, so that is it. This is how you deploy it. And two best practices that I told you is that basically sorry, you have to keep each of your dependencies inside your model, inside your which is inside your requirement.txt file. And additionally, you should take care that your model should actually train somewhere else, right? And in order to just tell you how can you update it, let's say I can come, if I got a new data, okay, if I got a new data, again I will run this, it will update my file, and then I can update. I will go to here and I will update my file, right? Let's say I will update my file by going to here it says upload files, and I will update my model.xyz. I will rerun that. I will update my model.xyz. It says, and if I click here, that file will be updated. And now my model will also be updated, available into this one, right? Yeah, that's it. If I just rerun, or somebody who opens it later on, right? If I rerun it, now they should be able to see this particular system. So yeah, that is it. This is pretty straightforward, and I hope if you guys have any question understanding this deployment process or this, so you can actually build your services, your data science services, and publish it and ask your friends and family to use it. Maybe you have developed a very good use cases of that. So in this case, if you don't want it to be very hectic website or something, you just wanted to keep it running and see how people are responding to that before going actually building a very full-fledged web application with the help of databases and all. Basically, this one can also handle those as well. Streamlit is not just for demo applications; it is also for full-fledged working application as well. This is not a small library actually, right? So you can also do that, but if you have to do a lot more customizations, then it will not be able to do that. So before doing that, if you want to just a demo, you can do this, share to your friend and family, ask the user to feedback, and then you can start your own venture with the help of this one. So yeah, this is it. And I'll be happy to answer your queries if you have any. And as I said, if you want to just learn everything from the beginning, from scratch, starting from Python and starting from the very basic knowledge, then definitely we have our master class, which you are going to have in a couple of months, right? That will actually help you to begin with your coding career, starting from very basics of Python, statistics and everything, which will, if you are not understanding the code here, right? So then that is the best platform to begin with for you. So that is it, guys. Thank you, everyone. If you have any question, then I'll be happy to answer your queries. And over to you, Mayank.
All right. All right. Also, that was such an informative webinar from Akash then. So, all right, guys. So we are now ready to take your questions. So if you have any questions related to this webinar, or you can say it masterclass, so please don't hesitate and feel free to question anything, right? So you can go ahead and give your questions in the chat box below, and we'll be really happy to answer. So we'll be waiting for your questions for another 3 to 5 minutes, and after that we'll be moving ahead and we'll be discussing more about the program, uh, advanced data science program, which is in collaboration with iHub, IIT Roorkee, right? So please feel free to fire questions. All right, I guess no one is having any questions so far. The webinar. So, anyone have any questions? Will there be more session like yes? Just a second. Yeah, Vishakha, sorry. So, yes, Vishakha, there will be such sessions on every Friday at 7 p.m. So, and for more such sessions, you can join our program as well, right? We'll be discussing about that certification program in a while, right? So stay tuned to grab some more information about that program. And also you can join this masterclass every Friday at 7 p.m., which will be practical masterclass. Any other questions, guys? All right, so I guess no one is having any questions. So Akash, I just request you to please, let me share my screen.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I can explain them about this course a little bit more. Mm. All right. Yes. Akash, just give me a nod if my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so guys, so here's our website. All right, so this is basically the page of IIT Roorkee page, right? We have created separate panel for it, right? Or separate button, you can say. So whenever you open us skillvertex.com, over there you can find iHub IIT Roorkee option. So when you click on that particular option, this landing page appears, right? So over here, as I was talking in the very beginning, that we have a certification program from iHub, IIT Roorkee, right? So this is in collaboration with iHub, Divya Sampark, IIT Roorkee, and also this particular program and the certification after this particular program will put a lot of impact in your resume and can also uplift your career in very good manner, right? So we'll be discussing about this program and how you can enroll for this particular program. So for more details, you can do one thing. If you after this webinar, if you want to share or go through about the details in more elaborative manner, so you can just fill up your basic details on this particular area. All right, just phone number, your contact number, your name and your mail address, and you can just click on download brochure. So you will receive your brochure, right, which is in a very detailed manner and covers each and everything about this particular program. All right. So as I was talking about the program, right? So obviously you will become a certified professional in data science, right? When you enroll for this particular course, and when you cover this the training, and you will be working on many more things during this particular course, right? So this particular course have a few takeaways, and there are few highlights which I really want to discuss. And right. So as I already told you, this is in collaboration with I have the Sampak, and and the certificate will be issued from IIT Roorkee, right? So who first question arises that who will be mentoring us and who will be teaching us, right? So the training, the person who will be training you guys will be an industry expert who will be having several years of experience in the field of data science, and obviously he will be or she'll be sharing that particular experience with you guys, and also he'll be covering each and every module which is mentioned in the brochure, which you can download from the above right section, right? Also we'll be giving you capstone projects and assignments. Once there will be assignments after every module is being taught to you, and at the end of this particular training program you will be working on the live projects as well, right? Because theoretical knowledge can be is available everywhere, but to learn something in a very practical manner, you have to work on it, right? You have to execute whatever you have learned during your training phase. So that's why you will be working on these live projects and assignments as well. So after that, when you gain some knowledge, then you find some opportunities out in the market, in the field which you are working for, right? So that's why we make sure that you get placement ready. And after this particular course, we also provide the placement assistance and mock interviews, right? So there will be several things covered in the placement assistance, like how to build your resume, how to how to do the group discussion, and a lot more things like communication skills, personality development. It will be all covered in this placement assistant thing. And before you sit in the real interviews, we'll be having a mock interviews with our team. So they make sure that each and everything is covered before you sit in a real interview, right? So we have already talked about the capstone projects and assignments. So there will be separate doubt sessions and mentor assistance as well, right? So let's say if you have any kind of theoretical doubt or any practical doubt while you are working on some of the project, or you cannot understand anything during your training journey, so you can simply ask those doubts in the middle of the session, and obviously there will be separate doubt clearing sessions as well. Apart from that, this program is completely live. So there is no recorded mode of this particular program. It's totally live, right? So if you want to enroll with us, so and every batch of ours is live only. So if you want to enroll with us, so our next batch is starting from 5th of October, right? So once you fill up all the details which I mentioned in the very beginning, like your phone number, mail ID, and your name, and our counselor will reach out to you and guide you towards this particular course. All right, so this is the most important thing, which keeps a lots of value in it. So here comes the certification, which can put a really good impact on your career and on, and which can create a lot of value to your resume as well, right? So this particular certificate is in collaboration with IIT Roorkee. As you can see that the sorry, I have the Sampak IIT Roorkee. So and their logos will be here, and obviously you can see that this is just a sample certificate. Over here you will be receiving in this particular certificate in your name, right? So you can go through all these details, and also you can download your brochure from here, so get a few more details about this particular program. And if you want, if someone of your friends want to enroll with us and couldn't join this particular masterclass due to some reasons, right? So you can share among your friends as well, and you can drop this particular brochure in your college WhatsApp groups, right? And you can share this with the people who are really interested in the field of data science industry and who really want to pursue their career in this particular field, right? So let's move ahead, right? So how we collaborated with I have Sampak. So there is a gap between the college students and the people who want to pursue their career in the field of data science. So that's why we have collaborated with iHub, and we are offering this particular course of data science, so which will make you a proper data scientist, right? So you'll be learning each and everything from very scratch, and obviously once you sit for placement in companies and with whom we have collaborated, so you can easily crack any of those interviews. So apart from that, coming up to the job avenues, right? Obviously there are several jobs associated with in the field of data science. So you can be data analyst, machine learning engineer, or data engineer, or big data engineer. So you can be any one of them, and you can be working for any of these companies which are highlighted on our page, right? It can be Facebook, IBM, Intel, LinkedIn, or any big MNC, right? So obviously these are the dream companies of many of the students out there. So we make sure that you get ready for all these companies out there, right? Over here, it's just a brief of the course module, I would say, or the topics which will be taught in this particular course. So you can go through all these topics, right? So all these are gonna be the practical things, not only just the theoretical knowledge will be shared in these topics. So it will not be like slides and PPTs. There will be much more practical things which the mentor will be sharing with you guys, right? So here is the module names, and obviously projects. As I already told you, this is not going to be the theoretical, but we make sure that students gain some practical knowledge as well, right? So there are few capstone projects which you will be working on, and these capstone projects keeps on changing according to the trends, which is and which are the really hot topics. So it these topics keep on changing, right? So here are few of the projects, right? You can work on, like Akash showed in the practical as well, right? Like you can predict, you can make a salary predictor, or you can make a Streamlit app called as credit card fraud detection, news article clarification, Twitter sentiments, and a lot more projects out there. You can check it out, them all on the website. So these are the few tools you will be learning about, right? Like OpenCV, Python, Jupyter, MySQL, and there are a lot many more tools which are involved in this particular tool. And today we have covered about the Streamlit app, which is also the part of this particular course, and you will be learning in very detailed about it. So that's all about the tool section. So these are the few of the students who have already enrolled with us and have got placed in with in some companies, right? So Namrata Kasina is a junior data analyst. Deepak Suresh is a data analyst intern. Abhinav Pandey is also a data analyst intern. So these are the few testimonials, and these are few people who have enrolled with us and already got their desired job in their desired company. And also you can go through their reviews, what have we have they have written on the website, right? So it really helps and motivate other students when you talk something positive about something, right? So it's a plus point. So you can obviously go through these testimonials. So as I was talking about the placement assistant in the very beginning, so here is the detailed overview of the placement assistance as well. So that's what I was talking about, that you'll be having mock interviews, resume building, personality development, and a group discussions as well. So this will groom you and train you in such a manner that you get real-time placement ready, right? And you can crack any of the company's interview. So this is what you will be getting after enrolling in this particular course. So here also we give an option for the students to fill up the details, download brochure, and or you can just click on apply and start now. So we will receive your details, and one of our counselor will reach out to you and help you out and answer all your questions if you have any question related to this particular program, right? So we will be happy, really happy to serve you guys, and we'll be really happy to onboard you at one go. So these are the few companies in which the students who have enrolled with us are working in, like TCS, Tech Mahindra, Accenture, and there are several other companies as well, right? So that's all. And obviously the program fee is also mentioned here. And this program fee is also available in EMI. So you can check it out. Also, I'm not telling you about the exact fees right now, because the fees stays fluctuating, because we have day-to-day offers. So, and obviously you guys will be having different fees because you guys have joined this particular webinar. So obviously you can apply this for this course and receive the benefits of this particular course by, whenever you get a call from any of the counselor, you can just simply say that I was attended this particular masterclass, and obviously you can you'll be eligible for additional discounts. So if any one of you have any kind of doubts related to this program, so I'll be really happy to answer it all. Any questions, guys? All right, so I guess no one has any kind of questions related to the program. All right, I request you all to just download the brochure on our website, right, and go through the brochure very briefly to gain some more knowledge about this particular program. And obviously, it will be helping you out a lot more to, if you are a keen learner and really want to become something in the field of data science industry. So this program is specially curated for you guys only. So, and we'll be happy, really happy to serve you. So yeah, you can enroll with us and gain a lot of practical knowledge. All right. So once again, I ask that if anyone have any questions, queries, or any doubts related to the program or this particular webinar, or I guess it's already the time to wrap up. So we'll be wrapping up in another 2 minutes. So till then, I'll be waiting for any of the questions if you guys have any question. All right, so I guess no one is having any doubts. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. It was really a good time, and I thank you once again to join this webinar, right? And obviously, we'll be having such kind of webinar or masterclass every Friday at 7 p.m. And it's gonna be related to data science only. So if you are a keen learner and you want to pursue your career in the field of data science, obviously this particular masterclass is only for you, right? And if you want to learn, there is you cannot wait for every Friday. So obviously you can enroll for the program, the advanced data science program, and also in the benefit you will be receiving a certificate as well. So thank you so much once again, everyone. We'll be meeting again on the next Friday at 7 p.m. So stay tuned, and I wish you will be enrolling for our program as well. Thank you so much. Have a great evening ahead.